This is Homegrown-Podcast with Raphael Anthony.
Yo, Jamario McClain, you know what it is.
Hey, so we're here together. An exciting day for us. This is actually our first video cast.
Video cast all day.
People can actually see us. Like, who's that Goofy's voice? It's Raphael's.
Or they can match my sexy voice with my sexy face so they get confused.
It says win-win for you. But for me, it's like, who is that guy? Well, it's a good opportunity for us to introduce ourselves, really let people know who are we, where are we coming from. So I got the chance to meet you at a comedy show. Remember the city that you were in?
Years ago. It was in Hollywood.
Yeah, it was in Hollywood.
Yep. Razzcast was there. Rapper Razzcast, shout out.
Yeah.
Oakland. It was a comedy/rap show.
So when did you get started with comedy, man?
Actually, next month, December 18th, will be 9 years done.
9 years.
Yep. Next month, 9 years.
And it's just in California?
Yeah,
because you've traveled.
Yeah, I've done shows in Oregon, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico. I went all the way down to Virginia. But yeah, usually mostly out West Coast rapping.
And because I seen you do Pachenga.
Alaska. I went to Alaska last year.
You were in Alaska?
Yeah. It's crazy. The sun didn't set till 1 in the morning. Serious.
Give you more time to hit on some bars.
Crazy, dude. The weather was good though. I went in the summertime. I wouldn't go in the winter. I wouldn't suggest anybody go to Alaska in the winter.
Wow, but it's beautiful. I heard that Alaska is beautiful.
Beautiful weather. Beautiful, just beautiful. Yeah, the scenery. But it was a trip that the sun didn't go down to damn near after midnight. I was tripping out on that. Yeah. That's the only thing.
So, which is your biggest influence? What really drove you to comedy?
The money, the bitches, and the You know, it's crazy with comedy. I always was like a class clown growing up. I always just like funny, like around my family, but it was something I had to go away to Arkansas. I went to college in Arkansas.
Wow.
So when I went out there, I was playing football, and I majored in communications, but that's when I started writing, and I was just bored out of my mind, dude. It was like, if anybody has to go somewhere where they want time to slow or stop, go to Arkadelphia, Arkansas. I'm serious. Like, I just started writing there, and I just started, like, thinking of all the shit I wanted to do back home when I get back home. And I was like, I'm going to try standing when I get back home. And then when I graduated in 2009, it was the end of 2009, and then I started.
Oh, wow.
And never looked back. It was like a high I can't explain. You know when they say actors get the bug?
Yeah.
Where you just love it?
Yeah.
The first time I performed, I just like fell in love with it. It was it's just a high or a drug. You know, I can't explain. It's not nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with the people laughing or being on stage. Because I got over being nervous early, but I meant like the working on your set, working on your jokes, and then like the people laugh, and it's just something like you create something from nothing, and then it was just it's better than sex, I'll tell you that much.
Wow.
You know what it is too? People.
I personally don't put anything above sex, to be honest.
Well, if anybody come up to you after a show and like, oh, you're funny. Oh man, don't quit. You're so funny. Oh, I can see you on TV. Or let me buy you a drink. Like that kind of. That's like instant fame. I don't want to say I want to be famous, but it's just like that same why a lot of people still do it because it's like a natural drug. It's a great feeling.
You know what? I know where you're coming from on that.
I mean, literally, like where strangers come up to you and then they feel like they know you, or they feel like they relate to you because you make them laugh.
Yeah.
Or you remind them of somebody, or just in general. Like I had a few people say that I remind them of like Mike Epps or the Wayans brothers. Some lady said that she met Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias, before he got famous. And she went up to him the same way she went up to me. She's like, I know you're going to make it. I know you're going to be on TV and stuff. And it's just like, that is why I do it.
Just pushes you.
It just pushes me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Don't ever stop.
And your shows that I've seen you in, you just take an awesome command. Like, I've seen you quiet a crowd to pay attention to you because you're really a good host. Like, when you're hosting, I know for a fact you are going to grab attention. You do a really good job because some of the comedians that go up there, they bomb a bit, but you bring it back.
Well, that's the thing. The host is not doing a host is like his job is to keep the crowd good, keep them like energized, keep them laughing. If a comedian bombs, the host job is to bring the crowd back. But hosting is not the same as a regular set. It's never the same. Yeah. Because most time you go up and it's a cold open, the crowd's not warmed up, so you got to warm them up. Yeah. And you gotta just keep it fresh and keep it the show running smoothly. But if I was doing a regular set within a show and I wasn't hosting, it's just two different kind of animals.
Yeah, I can tell that when you're hosting, you do a phenomenal job of juggling the crowd, juggling the comedians. There was one time that I went to one of your shows, and the comedian that went up there was drunk. And he was just like not really completing it. You just told get out. He just took him out of the
Pull him out with the
stage.
hook. And it's funny because like hosting makes you stronger. I learned that early doing stand up. Like it makes you a stronger comedian, makes you ready, makes you on your toes, and makes you quick on your toes, on your feet. And I always knew that as long as I'm gonna create my own stage time or be doing shows where I'm hosting shows, it's gonna make me better.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, hosting's hard. Not everybody can do it.
When did you feel like you had to change your game a bit? Like, was there an event? Was it the crowd? Or you just kept trying to focus on your material?
Yeah, I feel like if anything, there's things that you let distract you. It's not really changing my game. It's more like, like women, things that become a distraction of you focusing on what you could do to get better or further your career. So I would say like women, extra partying. I smoke weed, so like sometimes it's just the extracurricular activities can kind of distract you. And it's not saying it gets you in your way, but it's just other stuff that you can be focusing on. You can be sitting there writing or submitting for gigs or stuff, but instead, wasting time. So I saw for a lot of the time, if it's worthlessness, I kind of cut it back now.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with comedy. It's really like our own demons. But it's a lot of comedians that make it and become famous as fuck, and they still go through the same demons, Yeah. It's just more magnified, it's just bigger. Because you have more money and resources now.
Yeah, and a lot of times you don't discover the demons that they're fighting until like after the math.
I'd rather have it now. And when I do make it, then I know what the hell to stay away from.
But you are making it, that?
No, I am making it. It's
so you're getting more
the journey
and
the process of it, where you start to see things for what they are. Time killers or leeches, or I would say like groupies. They're called chuckle fuckers. Comedy groupies.
Really? There's comedy groupies?
There's groupies in everything, bro. There's art groupies. Is there art groupies?
Yes, there is. I've been to shows where I'm doing a live show and
especially a model.
Girls show up.
Can I be your muse?
Yeah, it is true. It is true.
I think it's groupies in every.
It actually gets me excited because when I see them, I'm like, oh shit, they're here.
It's groupies in every industry, bro.
Okay.
But if you think about it, a musician is probably that's why it's more magnified. Like rappers and musicians, they're on stage performing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but it's just a little different because music gets people in that mood or lively of the drinking. Where comedy, we just making them laugh.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, they feel like they know you or they relate to you. So it's easier. It's like already open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can totally see that. So which is the comedian that made you start this, like influenced you the most? There's a lot of them. There's a lot of amazing comedians.
I would say
but which one's the pivot? The one that you seem to go back to?
No, it's not that. It's like a lot of comedians though, but like, Chris Rock, Chris Tucker, Martin Lawrence, of course, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Sanford and Son.
Wow.
It's too many to name, actually. Even Seinfeld, the shit that's like, you wouldn't even think that's funny, the stuff that observational comedy. But definitely, like, Richard Pryor is he's on his own level. Like, he's like king of comedy. Eddie Murphy was when he did it. And he hasn't did stand-up since he was like in his 20s. Yeah. And they still regard him as like one of the top 5.
I keep looking at him.
His early stuff, what I'm saying, like it was so good he didn't have to do it after because he blew up being a movie star. But Richard Pryor, just because his style of comedy, where you open it up to where now you're vulnerable, because he talked about himself and his own demons and things that he was struggling with.
Yeah,
so it's like he made
himself.
He made himself the punchline. Yeah, after he almost killed himself, he set himself on fire. Growing up in a whorehouse, or his grandma was like the madam, and I think his mom was a prostitute. Yeah, and then he used that as like his fuel. So like.
And a little opportunity for me to plug this in for our show. This is kind of new for us. We are changing our podcast. We're going to be focusing more on comedians, like the history of Richard Pryor.
Just too many to name.
That gives us a lot of material, a lot of content.
Well, just in general, like comedy is evolving and it's changing, but it's still the same formula. It's like it's the internet changed it where it's internet comedians and they could do sketch comedy and characters and stuff. Do it for stand-up comedy. I mean, when you're writing, you have to write jokes. and you're in your own element where it's a live audience and strangers, people you don't know, and you're making them laugh on cue and on point, like every 5 to 10 seconds, that's like real stand up.
Now, comedians amateur comedians come up to you saying, hey, I want to do this. I do this in college, or I think I'm funny, or my friends say I'm funny, what do I do? So people come up to you and ask you that kind of stuff. What's the best recommendation you tell them? Like, this is where you want to go to get started and get your feet wet, because you won't be able to know until you do this.
Well, yeah, I always tell them they just gotta go to open mic, start off, because ain't nobody gonna just put them on a book show. If they do, it's a bringer show, or it's a show that's kind of like people, producers take advantage of newer comics. They're like, oh yeah, we'll give you stage time if you bring people, and they're making money off the people they bring, and they won't pay the artist. So it's like,
yeah,
if they were new and they asked me, for one, I have shows where I book, and I'll give them like 5 minutes just to see where they're at.
Yeah.
But I give them a place to go to look up open mics. You gotta get up.
You gotta.
That's some way you gotta get
try.
better. You gotta try.
I totally agree.
Or some people like, oh, I write jokes and I have some stuff. I know I'm funny, or my family say I'm funny. I just don't have the courage to get up there. And that's why I tell them, go to open mics.
Find
so
out.
you can see what you feel like when you're up there.
You gave me a chance. You went and say, hey,
I need a spot.
I need to plug something in, because it was a holiday, remember?
Yeah.
You have to fill in the spot. So you say, hey, Raphael, just get out there and
Where
sing
were you
something.
at? Was it at Bottoms Up?
It was right here. It was not a Bottoms Up. It was here in Long Beach. I believe it was on Anaheim. I don't remember the name.
Oh, yeah.
Or 7th Street.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. It was Black Light District.
Yes, that's where it was.
Yeah.
So I learned a big respect to comedians, because writing material is the hardest.
You just went up there and was making announcements. You didn't have no material. You were just making announcements and getting off stuff off your chest. That's
Actually,
what you can use it as too. You can use it as therapy, and you just rant and talk shit.
There's actually a hidden video out there of me, because I recorded my horrible segment. Because I was so nervous, I didn't project myself, so I was really quiet.
Yeah, you definitely got to talk like,
That was one.
you're an announcer, or you just...
2, because I was nervous, I was talking 1,000,000 miles per hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So my little segment turned into a minute.
You talk fast, and then the body language. People can know when you're not comfortable. People know when you're nervous, and people feel off that.
Oh man, it was a wake up call.
Usually, like...
It was beautiful, really.
When people have their hands in their pocket, and they're like pacing, or they just don't have that, you're not trying to connect, or you're not trying to, like, be confident. Even if you're not saying shit funny, as long as you're up there, like, looking like you're confident,
yeah,
that's half the game. That's half the battle.
And I've been in events where business sense talk to company employees, where you teach them about soft skills and so on. And I've been in schools where I talk to high school kids. That is so different than comedy. It is just day and night difference. And it is maybe because of me, but that's my observation.
Yeah, I think that's what they say, the number one fear. People fear public speaking.
Yeah.
So it's like, it toughens your skin. Even if you're not doing a comedy set, if you gotta make a presentation or a speech at a wedding or something, it just makes you more confident.
Yeah.
It toughens your skin.
I really enjoyed it. I loved it after my horrible spot. You ran up there and goes, wow, that was pretty fast. Well, I guess that's not the only thing he does pretty fast. The whole crowd just laughed.
He premature ejaculates pretty fast.
But I really enjoyed it. But a little bit about me. As you know, I'm a visual artist at Long Beach. I debuted my art about 6 years ago. And you like our new home?
Man, this is dope, bro. This is the element. I can't come in here high or on mushrooms, then I'm gonna be tripping balls. I'm gonna be tripping balls, especially that mural in the bathroom, dude.
So we gotta holler out to Cultural Arts of Long Beach. They are sponsoring our location to be able to promote not only the awesome events that they have, but also Arts and Music Alliance Culture, that they are also sponsoring our location, which makes it awesome for us to be able to do our show, but also keep promoting what's going on in Long Beach and the surrounding area.
So shout out CALB, Cultural Arts Long Beach.
Yeah.
Check us out, Pine and 8th Street.
That's right. That's right. There's always events. You're going to be hearing in our shows, promoting the events that are going on. But that's where I debuted my art. Through art, music, and culture, I got the opportunity to debut my art in Long Beach through the Live After 5 event about, it's got to be 6+ years ago. And it was the most awesome thing because I went from doing art privately through friends, like selling, to actually doing sets and actually selling through my website at raphaelm3.com.
Having like an open gallery people check out.
Yeah, doing art walks and so on, and it's just been a different world for me. I got the opportunity to throw my own art show at the Octopus Lounge downstairs. I've been doing a few
Octopus Lounge.
Yeah, Octopus Lounge downstairs, the whole spot. I've been doing a couple other restaurants and coffee shops, but it's different. It's kind of like you have to self-invest in you. You have to go up to those locations, show them. Sometimes you're on a waiting list. My dream, for example, is District Wine on Broadway in Linden, to be able to show my art there. Hopefully one day I can do it. They've been so amazing in giving me the chance.
Were you saying just post it up on your walls and stuff?
The problem is having the content. You see, as an artist, I have to make sure I take the time in creating the content and making it available. And every artist is different. Myself, I like to take my time. So my content seems to come out once a year, almost like this new set comes out.
Relax, Pablo Picasso.
Yeah, right.
What is your specialty though? What is it like that you are master at?
You know what? As I was studying art, I got the. Some people are going to have gone to school, community school to Pasadena back when I was like 17, 18 years old. But I didn't really get the chance to go to art school, which is unfortunate. But I never gave up on the passion. I was raised in Highland Park, California, which is the city behind Dodger Stadium. And when I was a little kid, going to the bicycles, those murals is what inspired me. It just made me go like, this is so awesome because the community still kept them up. There was no tags. There was no gang signs on them. If there ever was, it was cleaned up.
Real quick.
So that made me feel like the community loved the art that was left behind by other artists, and it really inspired me to really pursue my passion. I did study at the University of Phoenix on business management, but the fact remains that I went back to art. That's my passion. That's what I love to do. I love art galleries, art museums. I love artists that they express themselves. So I focused for myself out of learning contemporary and pop art. I love contemporary and pop art. My inspiration is Jean-Michel Basquiat. Michael James Basquiat. Am I screwing up his name? He's my hero.
He's out in New York. I know you told me. He passed away when he was young.
Yes.
Yeah. They did a documentary about him recently.
Yes. And
he was like in the same scene as Andy Warhol and shit, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the beauty of that relationship is that he was able to express himself in a way that he just didn't give up. You know how Tupac always there's like hidden like tracks because he just kept always working.
Yeah, he's like a freaking workhorse. Yeah.
Okay, he's the same version of that.
There's still unreleased art that haven't been published yet. Like
it has been, but they've been discovered because he was doing it in walls. He was doing it in his apartment. Yeah. He just did not.
He did it for the love. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then he got
recognized
just after he was already dead.
He was bringing a new art form. Some say that is graffiti art brought to a canvas. Others say it's expression.
There's some freaking taggers. There's some graffiti art where they should freaking be in some galleries where it's just raw talent.
Banksy is a very good example of that.
Yeah,
he started.
But he's already world known now, though. I know exactly.
It's because of his statements that he was leaving.
Because it was all political.
It was just an amazing way to express it, and it was
That's a good
something
example.
new.
That's a good example, though.
Yeah.
Where it's like he does it like open to the public graffiti. He doesn't do it in no gallery, no art gallery.
He just does it.
But you can tell it's professional. It's not no tagger with spray cans.
And in one of our podcasts,
I love the one with the guns and the flowers sticking out. Like shit like that is like
So this is a clip. This is a hint of where our podcast is going. Very soon, a segment will be all about Banksy and all about him. Like, how did he start? Where did this famous works? The most recent thing.
He's basically like the Anonymous from V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what this dude looks like.
It's rumored that it's actually a group of, and one is like a director.
That's the rumor. It has to be. It has to be. It can't be just one person.
But it's well executed.
Oh yeah, for
brilliantly executed. And I bet you there's other. I bet you he got inspiration from another artist that we don't even know about, because that's the thing about. That's what I love about art. It's not constant. It's fluid. It changes. It just evolves, and there's always, in my opinion, something that could be perceived as offensive can be really an indication of something that's misunderstood or not yet explained.
It's the same as comedy.
There you go.
Comedy could be where it's subjective, but comedy is it's the eye of the beholder where somebody might find something funny where the person sitting next to them might not even find it funny.
Yeah.
Where it's subjective, but it's the only art form now where it's the truest of its element where you could tell the truth. You could say racist shit. I'm not saying that racist shit is true, but you could be saying what's on your mind. You could be saying stereotypes. You could be saying offensive, sexist shit, and just the way you say it, people will laugh.
Yeah, it's the intent behind the message.
Yeah, but it's not like they're going out, I'm going to do this because I want to offend everybody.
There's
some people that do it for shock, or this like alternative comedy now. They're not even going for laughs.
Yeah,
they're going up there
just to shock you,
or to have a point or message of what their own point of view is. But it's still, like I said, it's the truest of his art because it's the truest art form. Because you're vulnerable. You're not up there behind music. You're not up there behind a canvas or paintbrush. Yeah. It's just you and your thoughts. And you got to deliver.
And that's the beauty about comedy. Someone who has an improper intent, it will be perceived as racist, improper, it's just wrong. But someone with the intent of sharing a message, it creates a potential offense, but sometimes it's because it's misunderstood and you wake up from it. Look at the censorship. Right, censorship has progressed throughout the years.
Oh yeah,
you know?
It's on PC now.
And then you look at the history of censorship. What you used to think offensive was actually the norm. Over 200 years ago somewhere else. It's just we as a society seem to put boundaries, and then we on our own say, where is the boundary? What can we push?
They used to protest the Simpsons back in the day. Because he was choking Bart, or say, eat my shorts.
Yeah.
But then look at Family Guy now and shit like that. Like they're pushing the envelope where it's like super offensive, but it's supposed to be all in fun and joke.
Right now, we're all going through the whole political correctness environment that we are coming across. But in reality, I believe, in my opinion, it has always existed. Political correctness has always existed. Right now, it is in the spoken word because the message is more immediate, like Twitter. It just comes out quicker, so it may be misunderstood. But it's always been there. Someone has seen art either painted or a photograph where it's like, that's offensive, how dare you? But then in time, you see the message that it was able to portray.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What about the Chinese dude standing in front of the tank when he was protesting?
Yeah.
That shit's like...
That's powerful.
It's in my mind forever.
And I think that's actually still censored in China.
This shit's crazy.
You believe that? Like the children that don't even realize.
Set himself on fire and he's
Vietnam. Yeah, that was the Vietnam one.
It's so freaking like embedded in my mind though, and it's like so long ago. And that's the saying. It's like shit that they say that is censored now. You ever remember a documentary called Banned from Television?
No, I didn't even see that.
It's just shit like crucial shit that shouldn't be on TV. People getting hit by trains or just death, like
that's
basically death. But
a form of art, but it's...
If you want nightmares, watch Faces of Death or Banned from Television. I watched it like as an 8th grader and I couldn't sleep, dude.
I will defend your right of free speech, but not my cup of tea.
No, I don't watch gruesome shit like that. I can't even watch the movie Saw, dude. I don't like watching gruesome shit.
But that's where I'm from. I'm a visual artist. I love anything that has to do with art. And I know where you're coming from when you said about groupies. I do have some people that follow me. I have a few followers on my Facebook where they still send me messages who've known me for a few years ago, asking me for a commission. So that's pretty awesome because it feels awesome for someone to tag along because they like my work.
And they can pay you through Facebook now.
And a few years ago, I remember I was bringing someone to Federal Bar, which is one of my favorite spots. And as I was going downstairs, the bouncer stops me. We were going to ask him for a cover. He stops me and he says, hey, you're one of the performers from the Live After 5 show, right? And I go, yeah, it was. Oh, go ahead, come on in. And I was like, oh, that made me feel so.
You're in the in crowd.
Ooh. Of course, it didn't repeat again. But
hey, that's why you got to keep putting in work.
Yeah, and this is something so awesome. Now that I'm part of the Cultural Art Long Beach, I'll be able to do a solo exhibit in this location. So more information to come. Not only will you hear about it through our show, but when the event comes around, it's going to be in December. But also, you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you can hear there. And of course, all the shows that he has, you'll be hearing as
well. No doubt. Yeah, I'm going to be having some shows coming up. I'm going to be at the Hollywood Improv on December 18th.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and it's always celebrities popping up on that one. Bigger name comments dropping.
Sounds like I'm going to be there.
Yeah, right?
So things are coming for our podcast. We do have our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/homegrown-podcast. We will be promoting it. We're putting all the links on YouTube down below for you to be able to check it out. Please, we support Homegrown. And we are going to be seeing more information on Instagram, of course, of our events. But this is going to be our new home. This is where we're at. This is where you're going to be seeing our shows, our segments that are coming in, anything that's coming from your end.
And it feels like a comedy club too, because there's usually a brick wall in the background.
How
you like me now?
Why was the whole brick wall thing for comedies? Do you know?
It started with the improv, and they just all copied. The improv been around the longest. Well,
I
comedy
heard-
store's been around a while, but as far as that is it's simple. You just have 4 walls, have it dim, dark, and the spotlight on the wall, microphone, sound check, and that's it. You know, some people make it more complicated. But that's like the improv started that shit.
So our podcast will be focused a lot on not only comedy, comedians, but we are going to be bringing guests. Of course,
have comedian guests, and that's involved in the industry. Some well known, some not so known, up and coming comics. Try to get some celebrities in here too.
But that's the beauty of it, is that we are focused on California, Southern California, on what's going on here locally, whether it's within
in LA and the LB. I was trying to do throwing up gang signs now.
You're trying
it's
to
just
get
silent with
shot in our very first segment.
Speaking of gangs and the Rolling 20s, Snoop Dogg got his Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Finally
today.
did.
It seemed like he would already have it though.
I thought he did.
I know, right?
It's like I thought he would have shelled out of his little bit of cash and got his star rating.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it is. Like, just pay for it.
Because when what's his face from American Idol did it, that host guy.
Yeah.
When he got
Snoop
it.
should have got it way before Simon Cowell. Yeah.
What? But so that's where our show is going to be focused. Also, I'm going to be bringing guests from my end, which are artists that are here locally. They will do solo exhibits here in Long Beach and the surrounding cities, as well as potential musicians that perform and are well known here in Long Beach. So get the opportunity for people to know, hey, these are the talent that's out here in California and Southern California. So anything you want to say?
I ride with her, I slide with her, on the roads in the LBC. All the girls wanna kick it with me, cause I roll with Raphael. No, I'm trying to do that. You know that song, right?
Of course I do.
You better know it.
So anyway, nothing but love from Homegrown Podcast. Please follow us.
All day.
27 minutes.